Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Expert to Authority show. My name is Simone Vincenzi. I'm your host, and this is the show for coaches, speakers, and trainers who want to grow their businesses while making an impact in the world. Today, we have, as part of a special series of interviews that we are doing with our GTeX Award winners, four of the GTeX Awards, which are private awards that we do for our clients that excel in a particular area. In this case, we have the winner of the Mentor of the Year Award 2023, which is awarded to the person who gives the most, helps their clients the most by giving them the biggest progress. So we're going to have a great conversation around mentoring, what makes mentoring special, what she does as well to support her clients in this way. So first of all, welcome, Marjorie Gutierrez.
Hi, Simone,
Hi,
and
welcome.
very excited about receiving this award,
Yeah, I
Mentor
gotta
of the
say,
Year.
yeah, you won other awards, right? This is not your first Mentor of the Year award.
Yes, I did last year, both as a surprise, and I was, you know, truly grateful and happy.
And that's a testament of the work that you're doing with your clients, or the support that you're giving them, or how great of a mentor you are. So, first of all, when I say, let's start from just giving people an overview. What is that you do? What is your business, and how do you support your clients? Let's start from there.
Okay, well, I'm a system strategist. I work with creatives, designers, and artists, entrepreneurs. So I help empower them. So it's a lot of mindset and also putting structure around their passion, which is creating. And when you build a solid framework and put processes and systems in place, it allows them to focus on what they like to do, which is creating, but having that backup support in terms of systems and processes, it makes life a lot easier for them. And then you implement strategy for them to then see their passion, their creative process, and all that as a business. So that is what I do with them.
That's good. That's great. And when talking about mentoring, focusing on the conversation on mentoring, when mention the word mentoring, what's coming to you? What's your philosophy of mentoring?
Well, mentoring is more like guiding. They have you as a support system to know they're on the right path. If they have an idea in mind, you guide them through by asking questions, and then they then figure out whether their thought process or what they're doing is actually the right way they think they're processing their own, their own thoughts. That's how I see it. Mentoring is very much a lot about support. It's a lot about being there if they need that sounding board. You're not telling them what to do, but you're guiding them. That's the difference between coaching and mentoring, in my view.
Yeah, so you're guiding them in this case, and as a guide, do you have things that you put in your programs or a way of working that helps you get these results in a consistent way? So you already mentioned asking questions. What else?
Well, it all goes back to what process they have in place or what structure. What is their vision? Is it aligned? Are their processes able to support their vision? That's very important, and that changes over time. As they grow, their vision changes as well. The mindset, the confidence. So um, from processes and systems, you didn't move to strategies and guiding. A lot of guiding, you know. So that's so what I use is always going back to how the process is aligned to where they're at, what's working by measuring the growth, and then it just loops back and forth. A lot of questions, a lot of making them see whether it's what they're still good at. It's not what they're good at, but is it still what they're aiming for? And that's what I do. It's a lot of yeah, listening and asking the right questions. That's what I think.
Yeah,
And making it fun, making it fun because you want that excitement.
I can see that there is like the a method of first of all evaluating them. So doing seeing who they are, where they are, what their vision is, what they have in place, what they don't have in place, then creating a plan, and then reviewing the plan, and then being there to support them, which now leads me to my next question about support. What do you do to support your clients in the best way, in particular when they're reaching a tough spot? Let's say that they find, sometimes in business we have these blocks that we try to go through, and sometimes it's not as straightforward. We might try different strategies, different ways, and still getting back to the same wall. So how do you support your clients in those kind of situations?
Well, when I know when they're going through a tough time because they're trying to um, they're trying to miss their sessions. So for me, I always tease them. I gotta pull that duvet away from you, and
Yeah.
it's always knowing that they have that support. So I reach out. How's everything going? And I always try to be part of that growth. There's a lot of hand holding, and they need to get used to that. There is someone there. They're not on their own, and I think that's the power of being there supporting your clients, because they know you have their back, and they know that nothing's right or wrong or good or bad, but it's knowing that they can send a message, and I'll always respond to. But sometimes they also feel that there's what they want is the right thing, when it might not be the best thing. So it's negotiating, and like I said, going back again to the questions, because they have to come up with the realization of, is it the right thing for them right now? It might be the right thing later on, but not at the present moment. So it's a lot of communication, being able to communicate, and also not making them feel that you know all the answers, because sometimes we don't. But going through and figuring things out together, you always come out with a good result and a plan. And that's, yeah.
Mm. Do you have an example of maybe a result that you had with a client that involved this process, maybe a bit of negotiation, a bit of back and forth, and somehow the result actually was really positive? What example do you have in mind?
Well, one of my clients wanted to, she was offered to sell her designs in an international online platform, and she said, I'm not going to take it. I said, no, we should take it. Let's test it, but don't invest too much. Start small, see how it goes, and then always test before investing more than you're ready. And she did go behind my back and invested a lot of money, and started implementing things that she thought was the right thing. And I don't like people saying, well, I told you so, but it was exactly what I thought. I told you so. No, and then so I had to scale her back, like, don't invest. Let's do it first. Let's measure it. And then I was right. I was right, because that would have cost her a massive loss with her plan of sending products, buying a tank is where you display your products. You call it a tank. And that would have set her back over 10,000 pounds.
So how did you make her change her mind at that point?
Because I had to show her that testing and not jumping right away would allow her to then measure how good being on taking the risk. So the risk would then be, so I had to tell her, okay, let's wait, let's give it 3 months, let's see what happens in 3 months, and then let's wait after 3 months. Okay, it's not working fast enough, let's look at another way. But she thought that by throwing in a good sum would give her the exposure, the visibility she needed, and it wasn't. And I
Mm.
was and it was right for us to scale back and wait.
There are a lot of lessons here, in particular in business, of investing what you're willing to lose, in particular in something new. And if you're
Yes.
not willing to lose a large amount, then scaling back and starting small into
Yeah.
and seeing what result a particular strategy gives. And as you said, it might take 3 5 months to see actually the full results of even the smaller test, to then decide, okay, this is, and now we have enough time to see if the strategy executed. I had a similar situation in GTeX actually a few months ago. So I can see then that approach and the value that you provide in this case to your clients, because when you're running your business, sometimes is there are some things that can feel very tempting and appealing. And we need to do this, and they're gonna have this exposure. Now exposure doesn't pay the bills if you don't have a good business model, and if it's not the right exposure. Some exposure might pay the bills, but
Yes.
mm, the now
It also goes down to intuition. When you have that, when you visualize something and you can see, um, I feel like I have that gift. When I work with my clients, I can visualize and see whether it's going to work or not. And I think that comes with experience. That comes with experience and knowledge, and the wisdom of running businesses is knowing whether it's good to bet on something else.
what's the role of intuition it plays in your mentoring?
um, I'm a Dow hand healer, so a lot of what I do is I help clients clear a lot of their energies, the blockages. We do a little bit of grounding meditation. But when they talk to me about their vision and what they do, I can sometimes visualize whether I'm, I get goosebumps when I know it's exciting. It feels good. It feels real. Yeah. Yeah. I go with that. I go with that. Then obviously, then you start planning.
So big role that intuition plays
Yeah.
in the way that you work. And is there something that also, because sometimes with intuition you might have an intuition for yourself. Did it ever happen that you had a strong intuition and the client had a different intuition? Did it ever happen, or it always aligned?
Um, I don't impose what I feel. I don't tell them what I'm feeling. I don't say I'm getting goosebumps, but I
Right.
know that working through it. I had a client who was offering a membership program, and he had 3 tiers, and I said, "Oh, let's eliminate one. It's too much. It's too much work for small, for working on that level when you can focus on the other 2 levels." And he was like, "I've got an MBA. I'm very smart. I know what I really know. I'm good at this." And he listened, and actually the results were amazing. Were amazing. And we worked together, we're always laughing, we're always fun. And yeah, he had the success he needed, he wanted. And
Nice.
that a lot was, yeah, a huge part of intuition played in the beginning, because I felt intimidated when he said it was so good. Do I really need you? So I felt intimidated, but at the same time, I knew I could help. So
Which is having the belief in yourself and the belief in your own intuition, in your own capabilities. And I think that we all have these clients that sometimes can intimidate us and say, okay, well, I've got something more to prove right now, because there is someone that has more experience, there is someone that has already a bigger business or a stronger background in a particular field. So
yeah,
now it could be easy in those situations to second guess ourselves. But I think that these are the type of clients that test also our level of preparation. How good are we? Because with someone that maybe like is many steps behind in our journey, I found that if you say something, they will take it as face value.
yes,
With someone that has more experience, now they can be a back and forth. They can be, but what about this, but what about that, because they know what they are doing. They're just looking for something different. They're looking for as you mentioned, that sounding board where they can
yes.
have that conversation. So how did you navigate that situation? It's my last question on this segment. How do you navigate a situation where you might work with clients that, as you mentioned, they might not need you, But they want to work with you because you're providing it something more. How do you make sure that you are prepared for those clients?
Well, in that situation, I just says, well, I can't answer that question, but you know, I would like, if you would like to try and work with me, I'm happy to work with you. And we actually worked over a year together in the
Mm.
end. And in the end, he says, I think we're gonna stop now the this part because I'm too busy. You've given me too much work. And yeah, so yeah, we're still friends. I still check up on him a lot.
There is a there. You said something simple, but I love to pinpoint that for everyone watching or listening, which is when someone is not sure, give them a test. Let them try how it is like to work with you. Because what you said was, "Hey, I cannot give you the answer. I cannot give you the answer, but let's try, and then we'll see if
Yes,
you find this answer. Let me show you what I can do. Let me show you, well, can we be a good team, and let's test it out." And so I'm a big fan of sometimes people, before they make a bigger commitment, they need to make a smaller commitment. So let them
yes.
have a taste of who you are, how you work, what results you can provide for them. So big fan of that, and very well handled in that situation. Very well handled.
And a lot of times what I do is I do a business blueprint, which is a 2 hour deep dive. And that from that breakthrough, they normally, oh, okay, now it's like the tester to see, or a taster to
Yeah.
see what it's like to work with me. The 2 hour deep dive then gives them that confirmation. Yeah, you're my person,
Mm.
I'd like to work with you, because that gives them a breakthrough, and then they can see, oh yeah, I like the way you work. I think rather than saying, well, I can't prove to you in 2 minutes that I'm the right one for you because I don't know.
Agree. Agree. I love that approach. Absolutely love that approach. Wrapping up with the last two questions, how did GTeX support you over the years? Because you've been a member for many years. How did GTeX support you over the years? And what did you enjoy? What do you love the most about the GTeX environment that we have created?
Well, I like being part of this community. First of all, I know a lot of the members. I love the workshops. It's the way I am as well. You're fun, you give it, you deliver well, you get the results, and it's exactly the way I think. You have to make it fun for people. We're not teachers with a stick, right? You have to motivate, empower, and find that hidden talent that you know and I think over the years, that's what I developed with using GTEX workshops, the learnings. It took me a while to figure out my product, but it was at GTEX where I had that aha moment where, oh, now I know what I'm doing. It was a learning curve. I might have run businesses, but running your own business is a totally different mindset. It's a totally different discipline. You have to undo a lot of the habits that you've earned over the years, and just having that approach. If I needed your help, I can easily access you. It's your team around you. It's easy to access and speak to them, and it's not a community where there's a hierarchy that you can't only you have to wait your turn to speak to the boss, that type of thing. It's a very open community, and over the years you've changed the business model, you've made adapted it, but still being part of the lifetime member, we're still having the same um we have the same access as everybody else. Yeah, it's great.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much for your kind words, and you've been an asset as a member since the moment you joined. So
Oh,
cannot
thank
wait
you.
to see where your business is going to move forward, and how it's going to grow. Talking about that, what's next for you, and what's the best way for people to reach out to you, find out more about your work as well?
Well, you can reach me best is LinkedIn. Through LinkedIn, Marjorie Gutierrez, and by email, Marjorie at smartbusinessdesigns.com. and also my website, smartbusinessdesigns.com. Everything's very easy. So my next projects is I'm trying to fill up my founding circle for my group coaching, and it's for creatives, designers, and artists with 5 stages with finish lines and prizes. So I'm excited for that. That's going to be for this year.
That's awesome. And people can contact you by LinkedIn to know
Yes.
more about that.
Marjorie dot dash Gutierrez, Gutierrez.
Okay, but we'll put the link in as well. Like all the links, they're going to be in the show notes. So if you scroll down and you check, there's going to be Marjorie's website, Marjorie LinkedIn profile, where you can also find out more about being a founding member on our next group program as well, and also see the work that she's doing. Marjorie, thank you very much. Congratulations again for winning Mentor of the Year also this year. Let's see if you're doing 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Never
I'm
been
gonna
done
I'm
before.
gonna
Never been
make
done
sure.
before. So let's see. I hold you to that. Uh, okay, thanks again. Great job, and for everyone watching, listening. Until next time, remember that together we grow exponentially. Ciao.
Thank you.